Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening. So, I thought I'd come on and talk about the James English and Darren G situation. Uh, put my 10 pence worth in. I like James. James English seems like a nice kid. James English is a nice kid. James English is a very nice man. I've done his podcast. I've done a podcast with him twice. He's always kept in contact. He's always commented on my stuff. He's always messaged me asking how I'm doing. He's always kept in contact. So I do like James. Darren G. The couple of interactions that I've had with him have not been very good. He's always come at me. He's said a few harsh words about me, and I had a little bit of a back and forth with him. And he's got a way of words, should we just say that? And Darren's one of them. He's good with his words. He's good with his mouth. He's very witty. He's pretty quick with his mouth. To get in a back and forth with him is it's just not worth anyone's time. He's never going to come out and meet. I think he's going to get the best of fair play with James English. I really do believe that. James has got too much going for him to allow anything sneaky or snaky to happen. If he's putting his name to a one-on-one fight with Darren G, I 100% believe that it will be a one-on-one fight. But I do get why Darren G will never turn up. Darren G can never risk it. There's too many people out there that dislike him. I remember I watched the video the other day where he was talking about he gets called paranoid. People say you're too paranoid, but he put it towards where he's just observant and vigilant around his surroundings and his situation, because he's had multiple threats to his life. He's had multiple attempts on his life. He's been shot at. He's been attacked with knives. He's got beef with a lot of people. So I think it's too risky for him to turn up anywhere. Even if he is going to get the best of fair play with James English, in the back of his mind he's thinking, but who else is going to be waiting for him going in there or coming out? James English can give him the best of fair play, can have the best of people there to make sure that a straight fight happens. But on the way there and on the way back, Darren G is not safe, is he? Darren G is only safe in his little bubble and his little surroundings that he's got going on. From what I'm gathering, he's in Birmingham. I think he's in like a bedsit or halfway house. I don't know where he's at, but he's pretty safe in there, isn't he? He's pretty safe in there. Darren G speaks in certain situations and about certain topics and certain situations. I can agree with a lot what Darren G speaks about. It's just certain things that he does and says that I can't agree with. The videos that I've seen where he's talking to manners on TikTok, I don't agree with that. Do I think he's a nonce? No, I don't think he's a nonce. I think he's just playing the game of social media. He's talking to manners, which he shouldn't do. I don't know why he's doing it. It does come across as a bit fucking creepy and noncy. I don't think he should be doing that. But do I think he's a nonce? I don't know. I know guys in Liverpool who do know Darren G, who have spoke highly about him as well. Darren was the real deal, and he was never labelled as a nonce. I've heard a few people saying he's a grass and he's a wrong and he's this, that, and the other. But mate, listen, if I had a quid for every time someone was a grass, I'd be a millionaire. Unless you've got it in black and white. For me, no one's a grass. If you've got it in black and white there and then on paper showing that someone's a grass, then they're a grass. I think that word gets shot around very loosely and too frequent. Everyone's a grass these days. It is what it is. But yeah, there's my 10 pence worth. I wish James English the very best. I do like James. I think James is a good lad. I love what he's doing. I've been a fan of his podcast show for a very long time, and I wish him nothing but the best. I wish he never got involved with this. It's a bit shit to see James being drawn out, and I do understand why he's doing it. He's been drawn out and he's defending his name. He's defending himself against Darren G, who spoke about him on many podcasts, and many platforms, and he's attacked his character for many years. You know what I mean? So I do understand why James English has come out and kind of wanted to put this to bed, wanting to end this. I do get it, of course I do. Yeah, anyway, God bless, guys. Take care.